have near zero or zero sense of self-worth. One study done here in the UK with thousands of singles asked questions about how long until you did something for the first time in your date with the person you're dating. You know, how long until the first kiss? How long until you have sex? How long until you say I love you? That was the question, the study. How long until you move in, etc. And here's what they found. On average, the number of dates that singles today have until they have sex is 4. On average. I mean, some people are quicker than that. Now, another surprising finding was that the number of dates until people say to each other, I love you, when they're dating, is 14. So, basically, love is playing second to sex. It's at least 10 dates behind, right? And even this sexual pleasure, supposedly, that, okay, let's just have sex because, you know, sex is good. Even this sexual pleasure that supposedly is happening is often not pleasurable at all. Especially for women. Women are the biggest losers in this situation. In fact, I have some breaking news for you. It's 10 o'clock. Research shows, another research, that more than half of women fail to have an orgasm when having sex with a man who is not committed to them. Research shows that. Casual sex. Sex with someone that they are not sure if the man loves them. No orgasm, no pleasure. Okay? But, of course, you don't hear that. It's not promoted. What you see in the movies instead, what do you see? What's the scene, the most typical scene in movies between men and women? You know, these two people start, whatever the story is, they look at each other and so on, and they start chatting, and before you realize it, in a few minutes, they're somewhere on top of furniture or bed or sofa or kitchen, and the guy is just, he throws the woman against the wall, and they and it's this wild, hot love, and the woman is like moaning everywhere. Every time. I mean, there isn't once, unless I mean, I'm wrong. Unless it's a movie about marriage. Then yes, they will show the woman not having pleasure. That's the lie that people are being told. And unfortunately, the reality that they don't talk about, because who wants to talk about that? Who wants just to admit that was used, that it wasn't even nice? People don't talk about it.
And some more aggravating to that is that these women will associate sex with that kind of relationship. So when they get married, they don't want to have sex anymore. So you have a lot of couples, married couples, who don't have sex because they just don't feel like it anymore.
Because their experience of sex was not pleasurable, right? Many married women,
something like done hiding, or something that was done like in an adventurous way. So they associate sex with something like no commitment, just something quick, you know.
Basically for the benefit of men, right? And they've associated with that experience negative things. And they much prefer, many married women prefer much more a cuddle from their husband They prefer to just sit in the couch and watch a movie together than have sex. That's one of the biggest problems among couples today, sexless marriages. It's happening today. And, you know, so much for the sexual revolution. Is that what you call progress? Setting women free? Women are getting the hard end of the stick in this bargain. A lot of people call that progress, and I'm all for progress, but I think that you'd expect that with all that progress talk, all that liberation talk, you know, women would actually challenge men to a higher standard, to be better. Now that we are free, that we are independent, we are going to teach you how it's done. But no. What a lot of women have been doing is they have been setting themselves up on a pedestal, right? And they have been looking down on men and angrily shouting at them and saying, you bad men, bad people, you enslaved us for too long. Now, we are free. You used us as sexual objects. You didn't let us make our own money. You put us to wash dishes and cook for you. No more. We are free. Well, almost. We are still your sexual objects, but now because we want to. We want to. And we are not cooking for you anymore. You want to eat? You want to eat? You want food? Okay. Take us to a restaurant. Take us to a restaurant, but don't you dare insult me and pull out that wallet. Because I can pay the bill with my money. Doesn't look like much progress to me, I'll tell you. That's what's been happening, unfortunately. And what many women don't understand about men is something that you'll understand hopefully now through another analogy, okay? Which I like to use. Don't be offended. I'm not calling any women some kind of animal, all right? It's just an analogy. Are you with me? It's an analogy, okay? Not calling you the animal in this analogy. All right? So, most people like milk. Right? Most people like milk, just like most men like sex. Right? Well, it used to be that you gave love, men gave love to a woman first, and then they got sex. It used to be. There was a cost associated with that exchange, that experience. But now, it seems that because sex is being put before money, before love, is playing second to love, what's happening is many women are trying to win a man's heart, a man's love, by giving them sex up front. They think, well, if I sleep with him, maybe he'll love me. And of course, men are happily obliging. Why buy the cow if you can get milk for free. Right? Here's something you need to know. Bring the cow over here, please. Roll in the cow.
That's the same though. It's just a fake.
You know, what happens is that, of course, men want a woman's love. Men want companionship. We like you women. But of course, one of the very important things we want from you is sex, right? And what happens is that, as I said, it used to cost a lot before. Just like before, people who liked milk, basically their choice, I mean, back in the old days, was to have a cow which needed a farm, right? Needed land, needed grass. You had to take good care of the cow. You had to feed the cow, treat the cow nicely. You had to have a house for the cow, right? And only then, if you treated the cow really well, then you could milk the cow, right? Okay. It's the same with sex. Men want sex. But I ask you, do you see in the cow analogy, do you see many cows in London? Do you? No, I haven't. I lived here for 10 years. I didn't see any cows in London. Nowadays, if people want milk, they don't buy a cow. I've never seen cows in backyards here in London. What they do is they very conveniently go to a corner store, a corner shop, and they buy the milk. It's convenient, it's cheap, without any complication of having to own a cow. Now, why would a man, I ask you, why would a man go through all the complications of a marriage and relationship and courting a woman and being nice to a woman and respecting her, meeting her parents and talking to her about marriage and actually buying a ring and putting a ring on her finger and setting marriage date, a wedding date, and buying a house or finding a house? Why would a man go through all that expense to get a woman if basically he can get all the free milk? Bring in the free milk. He can today, in the open market, get milk for free.